All right, I'm gonna get some vital signs from you.
Okay.
So first things first, I'm gonna get your pulse just real quick. Okay. Okay. So for your heart rate, I got 90, which is normal. We usually want it around 60 to 100, so that's good. For your breathing rate, I got 18, which is also normal. We usually want it between 12 and 20. And then we also use a scale to measure how easy it is to find your pulse. So when it's normal, well, yours felt pretty normal, so that would score about a 3 plus. So that means it's easy to palpate and it's pretty strong. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get your blood pressure. So step, I'm gonna get this around your upper arm right here. Okay. I'm going to stick this just right here so I can see it. There we go. Okay. I'll get this on. Okay. So I'm gonna get this right here on your brachial artery. I'm gonna hold it right there. I'm just gonna inflate this real quick.
Okay.
So I got about 122 over 80,
Okay.
which is only slightly elevated, so not too much to worry about there. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is get your oxygen saturation. I'm gonna use this little machine right here. I'm gonna put it on your finger, and all this is gonna do is just tell us your blood oxygen content. So we'll wait for it real quick. All right, looks like we got a blood oxygen of 96, which is normal. You usually want it between 95 and 100. Then, next thing I'm going to do, there we go. All right, is I'm gonna check the edema on your legs. So, usually what we're checking here is just, if I push down on the leg, does it create a little pit that stays around? So right here, I don't see much. Really none at any. So that would score at a 1 plus. So 1 plus means less than 2 millimeters of depression bounds up pretty much instantly. So
Okay.
that's good there. Let me check the other side. All right, yeah. So no pitting edema on either side, which is good. All right, so next thing I'm going to do, there we go, is I'm gonna take your hand real quick. I'm just gonna do a little skin test. So first thing I'm doing right here is checking the turgor, which basically means how well hydrated your skin is. So what we're looking for here is if I pull up on the skin of the back of the hand right here and it stays up, that's usually a sign that you're dehydrated. But yours falls back pretty quick. We're looking for it usually to fall back down within 3 seconds. So yours falls down pretty quickly, so that's good, that's normal. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check your capillary refill in your finger. So I'm gonna squeeze down here. And what I'm looking for here is just how quickly color returns to the nail bed. So we're usually looking for about 2 seconds there. Yours Yours is well under that, so you have good circulation. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to do you have any scars or anything that, you've either injury or surgery that you can think of?
I have my thyroid removed.
And is that a pretty visible scar?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, well, usually, that's fine if you don't have any scars right now. Just usually if you do get a scar, what we're looking for is if it's a newer scar, it's kind of pink, still fresh, still healing. If it's an older scar, we usually want to make sure that the skin or the scar itself is around the same color as the tissue around it.
Okay.
That means it's healed correctly and it's all good. All right, and then last thing I'm going to do, well, actually, unless you have a mole that you've kind of seen or can think of really. The last thing I want to just inform you on is if you do ever have something like that, what we usually use is the ABCDE rule. So A stands for asymmetry. So if the mole itself is kind of uneven, not a perfect circle. B is border. So if the border is kind of foggy, some darker, lighter, not uniform all the way around, that's another thing to look out for. C is color. So if it's not one uniform color, if there's black, blue, red, white, some sort of mixture of colors, that's also something you want to look out for. D is diameter. So the diameter that we want to keep an eye out for is bigger than 5 millimeters. So that's about the size of a pencil eraser. So check out for that too. And then it kind of goes into the last one, which is E, which is evolving. So evolving, like it sounds like, if anything changes, so if the size changes, color, anything I mentioned previously, if anything of that changes, that's something you may want to get checked out too. All right, and then I think that is everything. Thank you.